The Fallout TV show is met with glowing reviews. We get the first hint of Destiny 3 and two rather fantastic AA games get revealed. I'm Ash Dixon and this is Jinx News. The time has come to crack open that huge vault door and bask in the glory of the new Fallout TV show. And yeah, a lot of us were hesitant to leave the safety of the vault. Here we have other safe adaptations to play with, like The Last of Us and Arcane, whereas out there is the barren wastelands, home to things like Monster Hunter and Rampage. In fact, there is even less reason to go outside when there's Amazon roaming about, and we all saw what they did with Lord of the Rings. But wait, hold your mutated radioactive horses. It seems they've actually done it, because over on Rotten Tomatoes, it's sitting at a rather impressive 93%. Now, annoyingly, I ain't seen it yet because the episode's dropped very late here in the UK, and I like my sleep. Luckily, my colleague Alex went to the preview last week, and the Fallout fan in her left feeling very satisfied. You can check out her full review over on the jinx.tv website. But her words echo the general consensus. It's fun, it's gory, and it stays faithful to the games, and importantly, not through hollow acts or fan service, but through engaging world building and storytelling. In fact, it seems Amazon has nailed the balance of making a show that fans will love while standing very much on its own 2 feet for newcomers. Now, I'm super excited to binge the hell out of this over the next few days, and while you may have already done so yourselves. If so, I want your own reviews down in the comments. No spoilers, of course, we don't do that around here, but I do want to know what you think. Are we finally entering the golden era of video game adaptations? Destiny 2 is one of those games that a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with. Yes, a load of people have sunk a ton of hours into it, but there's always been this underlying off feeling about what it could have been as opposed to what it actually is. Well, Bungie seemed keen to keep spicing things up with its next expansion, The Final Shape. During a live stream on Tuesday, they showed off the new element combining prismatic subclass along with a new enemy race, the Dread. But what's intriguing is that a Reddit comment back in February leaked this whole mix and match prism system. At the time, it was mostly dismissed, but they also said that Destiny 3 was in development under the codename Payback, and that one of the big changes is that classes would no longer exist. And with this latest announcement from Bungie, some are now speculating that this prismatic subclass is set up for how the game might evolve going into Destiny 3. How far away that is, though, is another question. Either way, are you excited for Bungie to start fresh with Destiny 3? Will they learn and improve upon past mistakes, or are you kind of done with the whole Destiny IP? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I live by the mantra, Monopoly is a terrible game for terrible people. It plays for way too long, it's way too reliant on random dice rolls, and it has brutal player elimination, meaning there's a good chance you'll just have to sit out and watch while everyone else has all the fun. Plus, there's so many great alternatives, but hey ho, what do I know? People keep buying it anyway, and now it's getting a movie by none other than Margot Robbie's production company, Lucky Chap. How the board game translates into a film, I have no idea, but to be honest, if it's going to work, it's gonna need a healthy dose of self-awareness, and that's why Lucky Chap is a great choice. See, you might not be aware, but Monopoly was originally called The Landlord's Game. It was made in 1903 by a feminist called Elizabeth Maggie as a fun way to demonstrate how renting enriches property owners while impoverishing tenants. As someone living in London in 2024, she might have had a point. But in a huge twist of irony, a man decided to steal her anti-capitalist creation, rename it to Monopoly, and proceed to make an obscene amount of money from it. But don't worry everyone, in 2019, Hasbro released Miss Monopoly, where women players get more money for some reason, and it references women inventors, but not Elizabeth Maggie, who invented the damn game. Oh, and just wow, Hasbro, well done, you did it. You solved sexism. Whether that will be explored in the movie, who knows? Maybe it will instead focus on one of those impoverished tenants trying to make rent. Perhaps they'll host a gaming news show where they urge viewers to join its Patreon called Jinx Plus, where they can support the channel and get access to exclusive content. I hope not though, because that would be a terrible movie. It's time for the Quickfire Round, and I'd like to dedicate this little segment to two rather spicy looking AA games. First up, it turns out we're getting not one, but two Prince of Persia games this year. The Rogue Prince of Persia has just been revealed and is being made by none other than the studio behind Dead Cells. It's an action roguelike with a funky animated art style, and the trailer is home to one of the most seamless transitions from cinematic to gameplay that I've ever seen. Now, it does give very similar vibes to The Lost Crown, which came out earlier in the year, and while that wasn't a massive commercial success, it was surprisingly good, so I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Next up, Slay the Spire 2 has been revealed, meaning some more delicious deck building roguelike fun is on the way. The Ironclad and Silent classes will be making a return, along with a brand new character, the Necrobinder, who seems to be a sassy scythe-wielding skeleton, and I'm so for it. Interestingly, the sequel isn't being built with Unity like the original. During that whole Unity runtime fee fiasco last year, the devs were very vocal about their opposition, finishing their statement with the killer line, "We have never made a public statement before. That is how badly you f***ed up." Instead, it's being made with the far more trusted open source Godot. And you know who else you can trust? No one. The world is a dangerous place ripe with deceit and lies, and that's why you need me. And only me. So to continue this isolating, unhealthy relationship of codependency, make sure to like and subscribe. In fact, go unsubscribe to all those other channels while you're at it. They don't even like you. They don't want you. But don't worry, I do.